Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am the Pip Messiah, your host for the Quiet Storm live trading session for August the 1st, 2025. We're going to get straight into the action here. First, we're going to check to see if we hit any take profits. Not since the last time that I looked. Let's hop into the trades. We have a take profit smashed on M6A1. That's the micro futures on the Australian dollar. This was called at 10:59 p.m. last night. Actually, 10:59 a.m. yesterday. We have take profit smashed on Dash versus Tether. This was called at 1:11 p.m. yesterday. We have take profit smashed on Jasmine versus Tether. That hit take profit at 2:23 yesterday. We have take profit on Euro versus Swiss franc. That hit take profit at 2:55 yesterday. We have take profit hit on Portal versus Tether. That hit take profit at 4:23 p.m. yesterday on the 15-minute. We have take profit smash on Portal versus Tether on the 30-minute at 5:48 yesterday. We have take profit smashed on the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar at 8:51 p.m. yesterday. We have a loss, hit stop loss on IP versus Tether on the 15-minute at 10:30 yesterday. And for this morning, we have a trade on the United States dollar versus the Hungarian forint. It's going to be a buy to 351.626. It's going to be a long from current position. 351.626. Grab my sheet of the rubric for trades so we can go ahead and get this called out. One moment. Also, for those of you who have been following me on Project Genesis, the private trading group, you know that earlier today, not only did we hit 1,300 trades taken since May the 2nd of 2025, but also because of a win on Bitcoin versus US dollar, we crossed 2 million pips won since May the 2nd of 2025. So congratulations to those of you who have been riding with me. We've had a pretty wild run, and we've done quite well. When I post this trade, we'll get into the metrics of where we are. It's going to be the United States dollar versus the Hungarian forint. 15-minute confirmation, market execution buy. The risk to reward ratio is going to be 3.85. Actually, we're going to take that extra space because we're not actually officially in the trade yet. 351.626. Going to have a 4.02 risk to reward ratio. Take profit is still 351.626. It's going to be for 169 pips. Stop loss is going to be 349.519. It's going to be for 42 pips. And the entry price is going to be 349.93. And here's going to be your first call of the night. This is the United States dollar versus the Hungarian forint, USD, HUF. This is an exotic foreign currency. 15-minute confirmation, market execution buy. Entry price is 349.939. Stop loss is, entry price is 349.939. Stop loss is 349.519 for 42 pips. Take profit is 351.626 for 169 pips, and a risk reward ratio of 4.02. You will find this pair on both liquid brokers and LHFX. If you need access to those brokers, if you click on the description to this video and scroll down, you'll have the access to both of those brokers. All right, exotic currency pair, Hungarian forint. And we have IP versus Tether, 15-minute confirmation. It's going to be a buy. I'm going to take that out on long position from current price. Take profit is 6.321. And IP versus USDT is a cryptocurrency perpetual trade. We'll find this on liquid brokers. It's going to be a 15-minute confirmation market execution buy with a risk to reward ratio of 2.88. Your take profit is going to be 6.321. That's for 386 pips. Your stop loss is going to be 5.801. Actually, it's giving us more room. Let's take that. 6.321. That'll make our risk to reward ratio 3.06. And the take profit now moves to 410 pips. The stop loss is 5.777. It's for 134 pips. And the entry price is going to be 5.911. Here's going to be your second trade of the night. IP USDT. 15-minute confirmation, market execution buy. Entry price is 5.911. Stop loss is 5.777 for 134 pips. Take profit is 6.321 for 410 pips, and a risk to reward ratio of 3.06. In terms of where we currently are, this is since May the 2nd. We're at 713 wins versus 592 losses. I need to update that metric for the win percentage. So we're now at 1,305 trades. That's 54.63%. For 2,095,358 pips won. For those of you unfamiliar with how we trade, we use a color-coded system. Your green trades are going to be major and minor Forex pairs. Your yellow trades are going to be exotic foreign currency pairs. Your blue trades are going to be spot cryptocurrency pairs. That's cryptocurrency versus the United States dollar. Your purple trades are going to be cryptocurrency perpetual trades. That's cryptos versus tether. Your red trades are going to be indices. That includes the US 30, the NASDAQ 100, the S&P 500, the UK 100, the Japanese Nikkei 225, for example. Your precious metals, we trade gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. Oil, we trade UK oil and US oil and natural gas. And then your orange trades are going to be futures and stocks. So now that we're caught up for the morning, what we're going to do is fall into a 15-minute pacing of possible opportunities to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. Our system uses TradingView to call trades. So there's a master list here for Project Genesis. As you can see, there's 328 assets that we trade across a number of different categories. And every 15 minutes, TradingView is going to go through each one of those assets on the 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily time frame, and spit out possible opportunities into the market. Then we'll draw down into each one of those alerts and evaluate whether or not the trade is valid to get into on a buy or sell basis. Then call out the parameters in the chat so that you can profit alongside me. And that's basically what we do all day, every day. The live is held every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. I don't do lives on the weekend, mostly because it's just a lot slower. But I do make calls for cryptocurrency perpetuals and cryptocurrency spot trades over the weekend. So we're constantly profiting. We did have quite a monster day on Wednesday, where we called over 100 trades, and we won, I believe, 94 of them. We lost 6 that hit take profit. They hit stop loss and did not re-enter those positions. And a lot of that had to do with the decision of the U.S. Federal Reserve not to change interest rates from 2.75%, and a confluence of just trade news from the Trump administration's tariff world, including the monster deal between the United States and the European Union that is widely considered to be the most lopsided trade deal in U.S. history in favor of the United States. So our economy is a little bit on a roll because of that. Going to kind of reviewing, let's take a look at the DXY. This is the U.S. dollar index. We want to scroll up over time, and we find that the United States dollar is on a current rally. So we started at about 97.183. We're up 99.977, which means the relative value of the US dollar is up about 8 cents. Anything below 100 basically means the US dollar is worth less than $1, and that's about to change. So that's always pretty cool to see. Let's go up to the daily. You can kind of see more of what I'm talking about here, with the dollar heading up to 101.66. And at one point, the dollar was way, way, way up here at 110.129. Literally every dollar was worth 10 cents more than the dollar. So At some point, the dollar's going to stop gaining strength, but right now, it's doing quite well. If the US dollar is gaining strength, that means that Tether is weakening. And if Tether is weakening, that means that you're going to have a rally on cryptocurrency because the cryptocurrencies are going against Tether. So right now, this is the United States dollar versus Tether. As you can see, it's largely in consolidation, except for these massive spikes to the upside and a downside. And these are the days where you make just a crap ton of money off of cryptocurrency. You have smaller spikes that happen every now and again, but these are the days you really want to catch. So this was Tuesday, May the 13th. Made a crazy amount of money that day. This is Thursday, May the 29th. Same deal. And this is Tuesday, June the 17th. So I'm expecting we're going to get another one of these eventually. And that's going to be a monster day for us. At any rate, it is 2:12 in the morning. And in a little less than 3 minutes, we're going to get possibly more opportunities to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. And that is what we're waiting for. Until then, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin versus Tether. We've been paying attention to this for quite some time. This area that I have marked out here is a trapper price on the daily. We broke into the south of that. And I believe that price is going to head first to about 112,600 and then down to 110,500. And we've cleared every other area on this drop that we've marked off before on the daily. So as we go down in time frame, it starts to give you a bigger picture of what's going on. And right now, price is just below the 200 exponential moving average on the 4-hour, which means it's technically in free fall all the way down to 104,712, possibly. There is resistance at 110,784. That's the 800 EMA on the 2-hour. We go down to the 1-hour, when we have price already below the 800, which is the edge of the market, which technically means that Bitcoin is in free fall on the 1-hour time frame. We go to the 30-minute, and right now we're waiting to see if we're going to fall into a downtrend. The way that you can tell you're in a downtrend is with the exponential moving averages. So we go to a 1 minute to demonstrate. You have blue on the top, and gray in the middle, and aqua on the bottom. That's a downtrend. Go to the 5 minute. You have blue on the top, gray in the middle, aqua on the bottom. Again, you're in a downtrend on the 5 minute. You go to the 15 minute. You have blue on the top, gray in the middle, aqua on the bottom. We're in a confirmed downtrend on the 15 minute. So now we're looking at price action on the 30 minute. To the next time frame, we need to confirm a downtrend. But right now we have gray, blue, and aqua. So it's on its way to confirm downtrend, but we're not quite there yet. Then if we take our time and we drop in, the fair value gap levels, what you see are a number of fair value gaps above current price that are serving as major and minor areas of resistance to price going back up. So that gives us more confirmation that the price is likely to continue to a sell basis. In addition to that, this entire giant wick here is all uncovered price action. Price likes to cover this area. So we'll be looking for a break of this area here. That blue line down there represents the bottom of the Asian range from yesterday. So if we break that, we can pretty much buy the bottom dollar. The price will continue to decline. And that's around 100,300. Just a mere 600 points from where we are. Let's check news for today. All right. So Trump is raising tariffs on Canada from 25% to 35%, effective today. We don't have a real agreement with them just yet. We do have a double drop of major news on the US dollar at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's the opening bell of the US Stock Exchange, or the New York Stock Exchange. So that's going to cause a nice bit of volatility, which is uncommon for Friday. We also have the drop of the unemployment rate for the month of July. It's expected to go up to 4.23%. It may come in hot. If it does come in hot, which means that it's higher than forecast, that's supposed to be positive for the US dollar. Economics just seems weird, which could come on the side of the US dollar. And we also have more major news on the Producers Management Index that drops at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And it's expected to go slightly up from the previous month. This is the price that producers pay for raw materials to produce things. Because of that, let's look forward to next week. No news on Saturday and Sunday. Small amount of major news on the Swiss franc at 1:30 a.m. It's going to be 30 minutes before the live on Monday, August the 4th. And then we fall into a little bit of major news on the United States dollar, an hour and a half past the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange on Tuesday, and a double shot of major news on the New Zealand dollar during the Sydney session on August the 5th. No major news on Wednesday. Then a crap ton of major news an hour and a half before the start of the New York Stock Exchange and right at the end of the 4 hours before the end of the European session, with information from the Bank of England and also their official bank rate. We did get the official bank rate, which is the short-term interest rate for the Canadian dollar, the US dollar, and the Japanese yen on Wednesday of this week. We get an update on unemployment claims at the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange on Thursday. Then we turn around on Friday and we get a double shot of news on the Canadian dollar. So it will be less volatile next week, but there will be enough push, at least on Tuesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday, to provide us with a lot of opportunities to get into the market on a buy or sell basis. Let's take a look at futures. And we have negative futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ 100. They may provide us with opportunities to go on the buy side if we do get a reversal of exponential moving averages. We have a negative reaction on gold as well, also a possible buy opportunity if conditions are right for us. We have negative action on the French 40, the UK 100, and the German 30. Same thing as the U.S. markets. This could give us opportunities to enter on a buy basis on all three of those foreign markets. And for Asia, we have negative futures on the Japanese Nikkei 225. For cryptocurrency, as you can see, major dump of Bitcoin, almost 4,000 points. Negative action on XRP, which has fallen below $3 per share. Ethereum, Binance Coin, and Solana. I don't see Cardano on this list. I'm pretty sure it's negative as well, which means all your crypto majors are flagging red right now, signaling a continued sell-off of cryptocurrencies as price begins to reset. And a lot of this action is being caused by the fact that there's uncertainty in the market regarding all of what Trump may do today. Today is the deadline by the close of the business day for nations around the world to actually make trade agreements with the United States before Trump makes a blanket 25% tariff on all remaining countries that did not sign agreements with the United States. At least in the long term, it seems to be providing a pretty positive outcome for the United States. Economists were saying that it was going to increase costs for U.S. consumers and basically blow up the economy, and we haven't seen any sign of that at all. If anything, things have gotten a little bit cheaper for us. And the United States does have additional funds that's coming in as a result of those tariffs. Looks like that's about it. All right. So we got news on the euro versus the Hungarian forint. I'm gonna go take a look at that. Looks like euro versus Hungarian forint hit the original stop loss. This is a buy though. So we're going to go ahead and hop into this particular trade. It's going to be a buy to 401.384. 401.384. It's going to be a buy from current price. It's a long position here. 401.384. Going to have to lengthen our stop. We'll take the trade there. The euro versus the Hungarian forint is a exotic foreign currency. You will find this pair on both liquid brokers and LHFX. It's going to be a yellow trade, so it's a little bit more of a risk than a regular foreign currency pair, but normally has more pips. One sec while I get the parameters for this. And EUR, HUF. It's a 15-minute confirmation, market execution buy. Your risk to reward ratio. Oops. Looks like it gave us more room. We're sure going to take that. 401.384. We'll lengthen our stop just a little bit more. And that's going to be 3.41 risk to reward ratio. Our take profit remains 401.384. That's going to be for 174 pips. Your stop loss is going to be 399.137. That's going to be for 51 pips. And your entry price is going to be 399.647. And here's your next call of the night. This is the euro versus the Hungarian forint. 15-minute confirmation. Market execution buy. Entry price is 399.647. Stop loss is 399.137 for 51 pips. Take profit is 401.384 for 174 pips. And a risk reward ratio of 3.41. Let's go ahead and get our main list cleaned up here. And we have two exotic pairs. Again, no take profit smashed. See where we are in terms of profitability per trade. Top position looks like it's gold versus the United States dollar. So we'll take a look at that. Looks like we're around a little less than 40% of the way to take profit. Our take profit on this trade, which was called yesterday, is 3272.67. Price currently hovering at 3291.04. So certainly within range where it could hit today if we get enough momentum to the sell side. So that's going to be for another 3,087 pips. We'll keep an eye on that since it's our most profitable position so far. Hearty welcome to our audience on both YouTube, Instagram, and Nemo TV. Nemo TV is our audience from Southeast Asia. We have a significant following in India, Indonesia, China, and Japan. So welcome, guys. I also see a couple of users from South Korea. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. If you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe to the channel, to like the video, and to turn on notifications if you're abreast of when I do go live in the market. Again, the Quiet Storm live trading sessions held every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. We've now reached 2:28 in the morning. That's a little over 1 minute left to go to 2:30. The half of the hour, when we should get more opportunities to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. It does take TradingView about 3 minutes after the 15-minute marker to go over all the trades and all the time frames to spit out the opportunities that we have. And also the futures calls that we do, these are orange trades, are on a 10-minute time delay from the rest of the markets. For 14 seconds. All right, we're at 2:30 in the morning. Again, it's going to take about 3 minutes for it to get through all the trades. Give it some time. If we don't get any calls for the 2:30 ticker, then our next opportunity to enter the market will be at 2:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. It also looks like we're within 30 pips of take profit on our sell on New Zealand dollar versus Canadian dollar. I don't know that there's enough volatility on a Friday to get us take profit on that today, but it is likely that sometime early next week we hit take profit on that particular pair. All right, we're officially 3 minutes in, past the half of the hour. We cannot get opportunities to enter the market at 2:30. Our next opportunity will be at 2:45 a.m., a quarter of the hour. It's a little less than 12 minutes from now. We're all caught up for the morning, so this is a good opportunity for you to take a little bit of a break, stretch your legs, grab something to drink, grab a snack, use the restroom, do whatever you need to do. We'll be back at it at 2:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to step away to get some water myself, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Thankfully for me, the water cooler is right behind where I have my setup. So again, we're waiting for 2:45 a.m. Central Standard Time for more opportunities to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. We're at a 15-minute pacing because that's how the alerts are set up. We will normally see a wave of things at the quarter of the hour, but also every 30 minutes. It tends to kind of waver. On days where we have a lot of 30 minutes alerts, these are larger trades. Doesn't necessarily mean it takes longer to hit take profit, but it does mean they're more profitable. So those are always nice to see. I have not seen a 4-hour trade in a very long time. We have had a couple of hour trades over the past few months. We do seem to have a bit of a monster movement to the sell side on the gold versus US dollar, which is a trade that we entered at 5:45 in the morning on Thursday, July the 31st. It was yesterday. Very close to 50% to take profit. And when we get there, you're fine to move your stop loss to entry price. That essentially makes your trade risk free on gold versus the United States dollar. Then, if you want to get even more aggressive and start to move a trailing stop loss upwards, you can lock in your profit on that trade. That way, in the unlikely event that price does reverse on you, you still would have made profit. So it looks like we have a slight outside chance to actually get gold versus US dollar, take profit smash on the string tonight. That's always fun stuff. Okay, we have officially hit 50% to take profit. You can move your stop loss to entry price to lock in your trade to being risk-free. Congratulations for you that hopped into gold versus the United States dollar yesterday in the morning when it was called. I do want to drop an invitation for you to join Project Genesis, which is my private trading group on Telegram. It's where I drop all my signals 24/7, regardless of whether or not they're in the live or not. Click on that particular link and you're on your telephone. It's going to have you download Telegram. It's going to ask for your phone number for two-factor authentication to make sure that your information is secure. If you're on a personal computer, a laptop, or a tablet, then Telegram is web-based. You don't have to download an app at all. It will also ask you for two-factor authentication. This is what Project Genesis looks like. Now, essentially, there's two chats. There's general news, where we're constantly dropping conversations about what's going on. We just hit 2 million pips won since May the 2nd earlier today. We also broke 1,300 trades marked since May 2025. And we officially hit 700 wins this morning as well. We also called out a prediction that Bitcoin is going to fall to 112,600. We've had 4 successive predictions on Bitcoin falling in price, and all of them have hit so far. Here's the signals chart, where essentially back in time, you see all the trades that are called, all times a day, constant take profit smashed. I do announce even when we hit stop losses, left and right, just wins, 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 and wins. The whole purpose of Project Genesis is, I'm a pretty effective signal caller. And one of the frustrations that I had when I first started trading is that even though I had mentors that were willing to sell me courses and teach me how to trade, there were very few mentors that were really able to teach me what it meant to actually make money and be consistent. So I found 2 mentors that were able to do that, and from that learned to be an effective signal caller, and then decided to pay that task forward. That's what I've been doing my entire career as a trader. I always wanted to be an effective signal caller. I wanted to be a mentor that could help people profit so they wouldn't be so discouraged in the process of learning how to trade that they quit before they have consistent success. So the way to counter that is to give them consistent success for day one while they build their confidence. And what happens is, if you continue to win and win and win and win and win, you just stop quitting. And if you stop quitting, you become more profitable. And one day you look up and you become profitable enough and you have an existential decision to make. Do I want to continue trading my time and my freedom for money? Or do I want to have money and have time freedom at the same time and basically be able to live a life that I should live? And people eventually choose to be the latter. I've had the opportunity of making, at this point, 7 millionaire traders from my pipeline, including at the time he was 7 years old. He's now 11. He's so profitable that he was able to retire his mother and finally convince her to trade as well. So, we do this all the time. the current people that are in the Telegram group are people either from the live streams that I've done or previous trainings or people that I've met along the way. This is my journey in the last 9 years or so. And we just rock with one another heavy. We train together, we learn together, we grow together, we profit together. Again, we can have a continued acceleration of the sell-off of gold versus the United States dollar. It's down several dollars since we've been on the stream. So hopefully we get the opportunity to see that hit take profit in live time. A little less than 3 minutes to the quarter of the hour, 2:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's the next time we have the opportunity to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. So with that, I'm going to drink some more water and wait along with you. Until we get some action in a couple of minutes or so. All right, it's now 2:45 in the morning. It's going to take about 3 minutes for TradingView to get through all the assets that we do trade on the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily time frames. We have formed a fair value gap above current price on the sell-off of gold, which provide us with a little bit of an area of resistance for price going back up. That's always great. Reconfirms our bias on a sell-off. In addition to this, we are in a downtrend on the 15-minute on the USD versus gold, which is helpful in our analysis of entering a sell-off to begin with. So we'll continue to have a retest of that zone before price probably falls off to sell-off territory. If things do remain quiet by 2:48 a.m. Central Standard Time, our next opportunity to enter the market will be at the top of the hour, 3 a.m. Central Standard Time. By the way, a lull like this is a good time to answer questions. If you do have any, free feel to drop those in the chat, and I'll get those questions answered in live time. All right, we're officially 3 minutes past the quarter of the hour. We don't have any trades for the 2:45 time ticker. Our next opportunity to enter the market will be at 3 a.m. Central Standard Time in the morning. It's the top of the hour in a little over 12 minutes from now. At the moment, we're currently tracking price action on the 15-minute time frame. On gold versus the United States dollar, that's in a downtrend on the 15-minute time frame. We're expecting a future take profit at the nice price of $3,272.76. And that win will be for another 3,087.2 pips. For those of you that are familiar with trades on commodities like gold, they are more heavily weighted than regular Forex pairs. So even a smaller lot size that you take on them can build pretty nice profits. So try not to over leverage if you've taken those trades. In addition to that, they do require more margin. So you have to be very careful to make sure that you've taken the right position in the right direction, because it can very easily wipe your account if you execute wrong on those commodities. Gold is a little less dangerous than some of the others. Silver, for instance, makes pretty wild moves. The most dangerous of all the pairs that we trade is Palladium, which is a rare earth metal. So I'm going to go on mute. We're just kind of waiting along right now until 3 a.m. What you'll find is if you join lives long enough, you understand we get paid to wait. That's what most of this process is. 6 minutes left to go to the top of the hour. All right, about 1 minute left to go to the top of the hour. We'll see whether or not we get some opportunities to enter the market on a buy or sell basis in about 1 minute. All right, here we go. We have a possible buy opportunity on the United States dollar versus the Polish zloty. Let's take a look at that. It looks like the trade invalidated itself, so we do not have an entry on USD PLN. We do have a continued fall in price on Bitcoin. We've now fallen down below $115,000 per coin. Have multiple areas of resistance to price going back up in price. These are fair value gaps that are marked off on the chart. And we're looking for a fall to 112,600, specifically 112,604.20, which is the pivot on the daily time frame. So another 2,300 points possible to drop today. Of course, we'll probably get a lot more of that movement at the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange at 7:30 in the morning, Central Standard Time. It's a couple of hours from now. All right, we got a pop on 6N1. That's the future for the New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look at that. And we have a take profit smashed on 6N1. That's the futures on the New Zealand dollar. That trade was called out at 4 a.m. in the morning. That was the end of the live session yesterday. And it hit take profit just now. Congratulations to those of you who took that particular trade on a 30-minute confirmation. And we have a continued sell-off of gold versus the United States dollar, about 60% of the way to take profit, with a target of 3272.676. So about another $13 drop from current price. And a little 10 minutes left to go to our next time frame at 3:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. That would be our next opportunity to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. A little less than 5 minutes left to go to 3:15 in the morning. That'll be our next opportunity to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. All right, it's now 3:15 in the morning. It's going to take about 3 minutes for TradingView to get through all the assets that we do trade on all the time frames that we do trade on. Does look like it's going to be a pretty quiet evening from here on out until 4 a.m. Central Standard Time when we do normally end the live for the night. We are going to keep watching for at least the next 45 minutes or so to see if we get any other possible opportunities to enter the market. Then we'll call it a night. Again, thank you to all of you joining me on both YouTube, Instagram, and Nemo TV. Shortly after the live, I'll go ahead and post well, not after the live. I can do this on Saturday. I'll go ahead and schedule up the lives for next week on Saturday morning. I need to get some sleep because I've got some things to take care of most of the day today. So I'll have my laptop with me, but I won't be able to pay much attention to any setups during the course of the day. So if we do hit any take profits or have anything to hit stop loss, I'll update us tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon. It's a pretty slow night tonight, pretty normal for a Friday. Have 3 sitting calls, 2 exotic foreign currency pairs, and 1 crypto perpetual pair. As we navigate the evening, I do expect that we will get quite a lot of activity on cryptocurrency perpetual and possibly cryptocurrency spot trades over the weekend. If you haven't already done so, click on the description to the video, click that link to Project Genesis, and join my Telegram group where you can get those trades when we're not live. All right, we're 3 minutes past the quarter of the hour. Next opportunity to enter the market is at 3:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's the half of the hour. Gonna go back on mute as we wait. at 3:30 in the morning Central Standard Time. Got about another 2 minutes to track trades for this particular time marker. It's looking more and more like we're not going to get anything for the rest of the evening. But again, we'll keep going until about 4 a.m. to see if we do. Next opportunity to enter the market will be at 3:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's around 13 and a half minutes from now. And we have a continued dump off of Bitcoin versus Tether. We spoke about this earlier in the live. I believe this is falling to about 112,600. We now have another fair value gap formed above current price, providing additional resistance to price going up in value. We're down about 1,264 points and counting. It did break the low of the Asian range from today. So right now we're testing that fair value gap above current price for continued fall off in price. $3:39, so we've got a little less than 6 minutes left to go to the quarter of the hour, 3:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. A little past 3:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. Got a little over a minute and 10 seconds before we have our final ticker of the day, March at 4 a.m. Central Standard Time. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be quiet until then, and we'll probably end up ending the line at that point. So let's see what we end up getting in these last few minutes. We'll go from there. And it looks like we have a stop loss hit on HO1. That's a future. We will not be re-entering this trade because it is in consolidation. It's not in an uptrend to give us a possible re-entry. All right, we're circulating on our last minute of live. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I am the Pit Messiah, your host for the Quiet Storm live trading session for August the 1st, 2025. The Quiet Storm live trading sessions are held every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is the opening bell of the London Stock Exchange. If you have found value in the live, I do encourage you to subscribe to the channel, to like the video, and to turn on those notifications to keep abreast of when we do go live in the market. We've got about 10 seconds left to go. We'll sign off for the night. Have a great week. Cheers.